Well, Trump's comments have provoked anger from around the world, whether it's from allies or enemies. China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Brazil, the UK, France have all slammed that proposal for the U.S. to take over the Gaza Strip and resettle Palestinians in other countries. The Russian president, Vladimir Putin, slammed the move, saying it still backs a two-state solution. Palestinian militant group Hamas called the comments racist, and the Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas strongly rejected them as well. Here's more from the Palestinian envoy to the United Nations.
Our country and our home is the Gaza Strip. It's part of Palestine. We have no home. For those who want to send them to a happy, nice place, let them go back, to their original homes inside Israel. There are nice places there, and they will be happy to return to these places.
Well, let's get a bit more analysis now from our Noga Tarnopolsky, who joins me live from Jerusalem. Noga, these comments from Trump coming on the day he was actually supposed to be talking about phase 2 of that ceasefire in Gaza, and the comments do seem to be playing right into the hands of Israel's far right.
They are. They're playing into a number of things here. They're playing into the hands of Israel's extreme Jewish supremacist, overtly racist far right, such as former Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, who was Prime Minister Netanyahu's Minister for National Security until he left the government to oppose the ceasefire, who already joined the congratulations of the other extremists this morning, saying yes, and this is the moment for us to declare sovereignty over the West Bank as well, as if everyone can just hand out pieces of Palestinian territory right now. In Israel, there's been a strange kind of, I would say, giggling, giddy response, even among those on the far right or veering towards mainstream, who seem happy at the notion of just Gazans being gone. There is an acknowledgement at the same time that this is not a possible reality. We are hearing that from experienced diplomats such as Amira Oron, the former ambassador to Egypt, and others. But there is this strange giddiness among the extreme right wing. Of course, we should remember that at this very same time, Donald Trump and his team have made it completely clear, unmistakably clear, that the United States expects all of the terms of this ceasefire to be maintained and to be continued, which would mean the end of the war between Israel and Hamas. It would mean the full withdrawal of Israeli troops from Gaza. So the Israelis on the right wing and the rest of the Israeli government, they're going to have to swallow these red lines, what were for them until very recently flat out red lines, if they want to proceed towards what I have to say does sound and feel a bit like a Trumpian provocation or policy. There's, of course, no method, no system in place to evacuate almost 2 million Gazans, and there's no one willing to take them. It also does not seem that they themselves want to leave. So we find ourselves in a real brouhaha created by what appears to be Donald Trump's dreams of seeing Gaza turned into a resort, possibly through investments by his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who is known to have advanced this notion of Gaza as a real estate opportunity, at least for the last few years.
Now, despite all of that, this is still stirring up a lot of fear for Palestinians of another Nakba. Nakba, of course, refers to that time in 1948 when hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were forced from their homes when Israel was created. I mean, what kind of reaction has there been from Palestinians in the region?
The reaction, certainly from all Palestinian officialdom, has been flat out rejection. It's worth noting that in this, the Palestinians have the support of Saudi Arabia, despite the fact that yesterday Donald Trump said that Saudi Arabia was fine normalizing relations with Israel, even without a pathway towards Palestinian citizenship. They today denied it. All nations around here, all the Arab nations, Egypt, Jordan, I think even the Syrian government made a statement. Everyone, this is completely and totally rejected. But it's interesting to hear Riyad Mansour at the UN, the Palestinian representative, because he's very wryly making a comment intended to scare Israelis. So in the same way that Palestinians have been really spooked by this notion of another Nakba, another catastrophe befalling them thanks to Trump, he's saying, fine, we'll take all of Israel away from you, which touches again on very profound Israeli fears, certainly reinforced since the Hamas attack of October 7th, the fears that Palestinians just want them gone as well.
Noga, thank you for that. That's our Noga Tarnopolsky reporting from Jerusalem.